Alright. Here's the dumb test with this. Yeah, we missing Cordy's here. If we get Cordy's, it'll basically suck them in. It'll turn these people into like these people. So then when we do the goofy combo of this, then we could spread it. And then when we finish the dumb spin, then we curse explosion of whoever's left standing. So I'm gonna do it one more time. Oh yeah, this dumb thing here scales off of the damage of whatever weapon you use to proc it. So if this makes this ability proc, then it's 65 plus 73 every second of the base damage of the weapon that procced it. So if you did it with the crossbow basic, it's with this. If the wand basic, it's of that. If you did it with the greatsword, it's of this. So just know that that exists. I'm gonna try and do the combo one more time real quick. Doink, doink, doink. It's everywhere, curse explosion, boom. And that's sort of what I'm going for. And with Cordy's, it would group them up better and do even more burst damage of stupidity. So we have the bonus damage combo set up, and then you just curse bomb whoever's left. I might just swap these orders, so I lock onto one person or whatever, and then hit this, but like this is with the marsh, right? So the marsh sits on the ground there. So like after the spin is done, then I could spread it and then curse bomb, or I could marsh, curse bomb, then spin, because the marsh stays, so then it would reproc itself, which is what I do in PvE as well. So basically I could marsh, going, spin, reprocs that, and then I could select one, spread, and then depending on cooldowns, I could curse bomb again. But obviously this build is not super optimized or anything like that, but that combo would be possible to do of just Corrupted Magic Circle, Curse Explosion, Spin, Touch of Despair, and then Karmic Haze, and then Curse Explosion again. So then you could basically double Curse Explosion with this build. And we have 4 buffs here. My ideal on how this would work, even in PvP, is we use Enchanting Time, Valor's Barrier, and then Janus's Rage. Skill damage boost, max damage flat, min and max damage by percentage. But we will also be using Full of Corruption, which increases our max damage by, whenever I maxed out, 40, 3 times. So that's 120 max damage on a crossbow, which is 60 attribute points into dexterity or wisdom. But basically, this gets increased, and I have tested before, this does scale multiplicatively with this. So if we buff our max damage by 92 plus 120, that's a 212, right? Yeah, 212 max damage buff. That 212 scales, or this 6% scales off that 212. So the additive stuff gets added first, and then this gets procced. So it is like perfect synergies. It doesn't matter as long as all the buffs are active. Skill damage boost is obviously just skill damage boost. I haven't made a full quest log yet, but it is a work in progress. It's starting. I'm just testing with abilities to figure out what I want to do. Right now, I'm mostly just testing between, do I want to try and do a Cordy like curse combo suck 'em in kind of build, or do I want to go goofy Queen Bella, because this is 170% of damage 3 times, and it can stack, or it does 175 times, but it stacks 3 times. So if we do 170 multiplied by 5 is this many times per stack. We have 3 stacks. Boom. This is a 2,550% damage of the crossbow. However, if we increase our crossbow by 212 for the max damage, it basically increases the curse bombs by half of that because it's the average between them. So if we increase max damage by 212, but the min damage doesn't change, it would just increase by half because math. But even then, it still would be bringing, assuming we have better crossbows, right? But eventually it would get the crossbow's damage up to basically the wand or slightly higher, which is the goal. And then with 250% or 2,550% of, call it 500, multiplied by 25.5 is a 12,750 pre-buff, like no crits or skill damage boost being applied or anything like that, just straight up this. If we did crit, assuming we had crit damage, say multiply it by 1.3, say we have 30%, multiply it by skill damage boost because we do buff it by 220 here for free. Say our skill damage boost is higher than their skill damage resistance, we multiply that by another 1.3. Say we heavy attack, multiply by 2, and this is Belander crossbow poison alone being added to the curse bomb. And obviously this is pre-defense and stuff and very optimal, but I'm basically depending, do I want a bigger curse bomb, or do I want to make this vacuum the enemies in so then I can hit more people with the curse bomb? So that's what I'm currently considering and thinking about. If you have any input or suggestions, I would love to hear it.